What's happening? Got my coffee here. Gonna talk about exercise again because that's where my mind is at these days. Could it be that the gym is like the adult version of a playground? When you get to work at a gym, you feel blessed because every day is like recess. What was your favorite activity when you did recess in school? Was it kickball, dodgeball, soccer on the blacktop, just playing on the playground? Maybe it was a game of tag. Whatever it was, I find that being in the gym is kind of like that in the adult version. When we work full time, we don't get those opportunities to play as much unless it's with our kids at night. I don't have kids yet. I plan to, but that's down the road. So you think about the things that you did growing up. There was a game, for example, my siblings and I in the neighborhood, we would play. It's called Zoom ball. It's kind of a combination of kickball and baseball. Using a baseball bat, there's a bounce pitch, and you hit it, and we would use the cul-de-sac and the street, and the mailboxes were the bases. I got it from a friend. It was a really fun game. So that, riding bikes in the neighborhood and scooters, that's what we did during the summer nights or during the school year. There's this time when you get out of school and you have homework. And then before that, you try to play so that you can focus on your homework. Something about exercising or going to a practice after school allows you to sit down and then you're able to read and study. I was always able to concentrate better after I got some exercise in. I don't know about you guys, but that's where my head is at. And so you think about the gym being like the adult version of a playground, and instead of dodgeball, you're slamming med balls. You're doing med ball passes or doing overhead throws, like you're doing power focused movements, explosive movements. And instead of, let's say, it's less organized in terms of like a team aspect, unless you're doing a team class, a group fitness class, which are a lot of fun. I would recommend those, boot camp style, if you haven't ever done one. But instead of a bike outside in the street, you have the chance to test your endurance and mental strength on the assault bike. Not long durations, just 1 minute. And see how you do. Taking those opportunities to work some play into your schedule can be a huge thing. It gives you something to look forward to, even if it's just 2 full body training sessions a week. 3 is ideal to build strength, but 2 is still good if that's what you can manage in your schedule. We're all busy people, right? We're all busy. Got my coffee here. And some weeks are going to be different than others. Sometimes you might only have time for an hour or 30 minutes, just whenever you can get some movement in. So it's all about consistency and finding something that you enjoy. So let's say if your favorite sport growing up was baseball and you played baseball on a team, you might come to the gym and a good trainer would say, okay, so you played baseball, let's see how we can include that into some of your training. Some core strength, some rotational power, cables, and then let's see how we can get some med ball work in to test that as well. So it's about taking something from your past that you enjoyed and including it in your workouts, that can give you something to look forward to. What else? What else do you think of when you played a sport? Is there a way to make that happen for you again so that it can bring back positive memories and carry with you moving forward? For me, so being a tennis player in the gym, you're going to want to do a lot of side to side, some lateral lunges, training in that plane of motion because you're changing directions a lot. And some jump rope is a good way to warm up. I'll just take you through a typical lower body session. So if I'm doing legs and it's a specifically designed tennis workout, I would do warm up with some agility ladder and 2 minutes of jump rope, get the blood pumping, and then I would dive into some squats, some lunges, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and then I would do a set of core, like some seated Russian twists with a med ball, and some glute bridges, maybe some hamstring curls. I like to include supersets. So it's where you go back and forth, you pair it with an exercise, and you don't just do 1 set of one exercise, 3 sets of one exercise. You go back and forth to work an opposite muscle group. So let's say if you are working your quads on the squats, you might then include something where you're working the backs of your legs, like the glute bridge or the hamstring curl. And then in the end, I like to wrap it up with either some more core work like rotational power, med ball throws, cable swings, and then conditioning. So the assault bike, maybe some battle ropes, some sprints outside, anything that's going to get the heart rate up quite a bit so that you can be prepared for the sport that you're playing. That's what it's about. The gym is about, for many people, myself included, it's not about being as strong as I possibly can. I would love to bulk up and just channel the inner Hulk that's clearly all right here, but it's more about just staying consistent, proving to myself that I can keep showing up and embracing a challenge and training for the sport that I want to play for the rest of my life, as long as possible. Like, I knew that when I entered my teen years, there was something about that fuzzy yellow ball that just had me hooked. Like, this is a sport that I want to stick to and get better at and figure out what it is about the strategy, the mental test, the physical test that keeps me glued. So when you work with a personal trainer, that is something to keep in mind. Do they have a plan in place for me that includes the sport or sports that I played growing up? And what do I want to do? What leagues might I want to play into my adult years so that I can keep those memories alive and make new memories and make new friends with new people? This has been the Fitness Daily Talk with Coach Chris. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and be good. Peace.